What's up, everyone? Today's video is going to be a little different. I got a lot to catch up on, so I'm going to catch you guys up too. We've had some upgrades to the shop, new sponsors rolling in, and a new addition to the LB7 project. So this video is just going to be an update video, so let's get into the video. The reason I'm actually not going to post the work this weekend is because my videos, whenever I work on it that weekend and post the video on Monday, it doesn't do very good. So by making this video, I'm going to put this video out this weekend, and then every Friday from now on is going to have a new video. So I'm going to be doing the work today, but have the video ready for next Friday. So then that way the views can stay up, because Monday videos just don't do good. Everyone wants to watch them on the weekend and not when they get off work. So this is where the LB7's at right now. This is the one out of the truck. And then we ended up buying another one today. I just got back, had to get up at like 4 or something. Went and got this guy. Huge story on this, $400 for this LB7, mostly complete. No turbo, CP3 or anything like that. It does have injectors. I'll tell you a little more about these injectors later, but they are like essentially new. They were rebuilt, but the guy said they leaked. So a lot of people don't know how to put these things together. So it could just be that it has bad seals, but these injectors are basically brand new. If I can even get it out of the package. Look at that. It's hardly been fired at all. LB7, it came with this stack of parts. That's the coolant crossover. New motor mounts. So there's a lot of stuff that we're going to have to buy. That's a brand new motor mount. So it came with 2 of them. We don't need to buy motor mounts anymore. And there's some other stuff over here. Pretty sure that's a either 5.3 manifold or a Ford something, but that is not, yeah, probably a Ford. That's not for a Chevy, but it came with. And then this entire box over here, there's extra bolts and stuff. It's got all sorts of stuff in here. As for the shop upgrades over here, we have 2 entire shelves now. So this is where the one California Duramax is torn down right now. I'll explain more about this stuff later, but this is one good set of heads. I got a good set over there. We have another shelf over here. This is where I keep the new parts, the sponsored parts and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to show you the newest sponsor. I'm going to do that right now because I really am excited about this. All right, so a couple weeks ago, I got a message on my Instagram about this company, and they're like, hey, we want to send you this rear diff cover, and you got to do a review and all that stuff. So typical sponsorship. I was just thinking it's going to be your typical Instagram Chinese company. It's going to be an all right part. But when I got this in the mail from Speed Lab, I cannot be more impressed with this. This is truly a work of art. Let me show this to you guys. Okay, so first of all, this rear diff cover weighs probably 20 pounds. It is a heavy unit. It comes with new bolts and a gasket because you got to have longer bolts. This is probably one of the greatest rear diff covers I've ever seen. So on the inside, it's got the design. You probably watched the videos from Mr. Banks. He explained all this stuff and how these lines work, fluid dynamics and all that fancy stuff. The stock is just flat on the inside. And then the outside, it's got the cooling fins, a sight gauge, and this thing is pretty sweet. Can't hold it up much longer, but this is an amazing piece that's going to be going on the truck. I don't know what it's made out of. It is, I don't know. Actually, let me go check real quick. All right, I had to look at it for a while and read that twice to make sure I was understanding it. This is billet aluminum. This is a solid piece. Look at the machining on the inside of that. Nice and smooth, but a little bit of coarseness. That thing's truly insane. I'm excited to put this piece on. So as for other companies we're going to be working with, we obviously got Fast over here. I'm going to be putting a sump on this thing with the lift pump. Fast is going to be sending me a banner and a couple other things for the shop. And then we also have PPE. I talked to them for a little bit. This is a cast aluminum extra deep pan for a Duramax. It holds an extra quart. Very sturdy pan. The stock pan is this little thin metal, so it's very easy to poke through and they get rusty. This is not going to rust on you because aluminum doesn't rust like that. It is a very thick pan, so your oil pan is going to be protected so you don't poke a hole in it on accident. Very impressed with this product. We were going to put it on the white truck, but the oil pan is so far gone, the bolts will not come out. So this engine, this is definitely going to be going on that. Cannot let this piece go to waste. All I want to talk about today is obviously Illini Outlaw Diesel. If you haven't figured it out by now, I work here. They give me amazing deals and all that stuff. But they've been very helpful over here. Andrew, which is my boss, gave me drilled and slotted rotors. Just need to get one more because one was missing for some reason. But I have everyone except the back right, I believe. So I'll have to get one more of these. The truck will get a new set of brakes, obviously. But yeah, super thankful for this. In 2 weeks, I'm going to be adding one more sponsor to the list. I'm going to be doing undercoating on his truck. I'll introduce him later in that video. But yeah, been working with a bunch of great companies. Super excited for this build. There's a couple things more around the shop I want to show you. So the shop itself has been pretty crowded because there is 2 Duramaxes in here, 2 side-by-sides, and a Tacoma, 2 engines, and a bunch of shelves. So this is the main work area right now. This is the big bay. This is where I park my vehicle. But I always have a project in here, so I don't actually get to park in here. So this truck is just kind of chilling in here right now. Not much we can really do on it right now. I've got to get the frame cleaned in the back. But all this wiring, I don't want to leave it outside because that'd be stupid to get all that wiring wet. Back here, my dad went crazy with a grinder one night. That's why the shop is filthy and disgusting right now. Everything looks bronze. You can see his black cat eye over there. It has a bronze tint to it. Yeah, that was because there was rust flying everywhere. But this has been coming along very well. You can go see all this in the I think 2 videos ago. We've been cleaning that frame up. On top of working around storage issues, we also got a bunch of supplies. This is just like your normal, like you might need it here and there, not for a project. There's a bunch of wiring up here, and then in these tubs we got stuff stored. I think I showed this off in the last shop video, but we've just been adding on to all this. That's where all the DeWalt tools are. I talked my dad into Milwaukee. He's been getting a couple Milwaukee tools. He got the newest gen Impact. This thing's pretty sweet. It spins extremely fast compared to the M18, but has 50 less foot-pounds, I believe. Still a very good unit. I love that thing. Shop Chicken has been pooping everywhere, so she's been banished to this stool right here. So wherever we're working, you can just kind of pick her up and transport her wherever you want her to go. And she will stay. She does not get off that stool at all. So as for the Duramaxes right now, I'm going to go show you this one a little closer. Don't mind the back plate and the huge mess. That is a whole another story. This engine, we tore it down. It's looking extremely good, extremely clean. We got it on the stand. I'm going to get the front plate off today and the oil pan and all that. I'll do that for next week's video. But this engine we picked up for 400 bucks with all that stuff, core injectors and everything. There's this back plate right here. They want 400 bucks online for it. You cannot find one cheaper. I think the cheapest one I saw was maybe like 380. The heads are very good. If you look in the intake port right here, they've been machined. That has not been ran. No carbon at all. I think the guy said this engine had fuel knock, and they tried to rebuild the injectors, and then the injectors didn't work right. So he didn't want to take it all apart again, so he just pulled the motor out, and then he sold the truck, but the guy did not want the motor for some reason. Why would you not take a motor that came with a truck? That's pretty stupid. So for 400 bucks, we got a set of core injectors that they leak, but they have new solenoids and everything, so that's going to be really nice. Block down here on this side, clean. Absolutely clean. Block down here on the other engine, mostly cleanish. There's a lot more rust on this. This block is not bad at all, but this block is extremely clean. I'm so excited about this engine. Still going to probably get the heads checked out just because it gets good. You don't want to put it all together and end up being a bad head or something. So we're going to get this engine torn down. I might do like a TikTok live on that. I don't know if I've ever went live before. I might have once on Instagram, but that should be a lot of fun. It's supposed to be like 50s, 60s, I think in a week or 2 maybe. So probably open up the shop so I can get some cell service, and we'll do that real quick. One other thing I wanted to point out on this motor, harmonic balancer, clean. Look, it looks new. I need to check like with these motors if it's aftermarket or not, because there are some parts on this that may have looked like they've been rebuilt. This is a stock crank over here, nothing fancy, but I need to check that crank. These pistons stock. This motor is basically completely stock. This one has been gone through at least once, as you can see it on the oil pan right here. That is not factory at all. They used way too much. Whoever put this together did not do it correctly. But this motor over here, I believe this one's been apart too. Yep, you can see a ton of it right there. And they didn't get very good seal right there, which is probably why there's oil leaking down the side of the block. That's not a big issue, but I don't know. We're just kind of at a loss here of what to do. So, what are you doing? You weird little bird. We're getting that engine torn down, and then we'll probably tear down this one later. So, It's just kind of, we're going as we go. I need to set up storage out back for all these parts. There's just stuff everywhere. Filled this entire shelf with one Duramax. So I need to get all that stuff put out back. I'll go show you guys what's out back right now. My dad also chopped the exhaust off. So currently I have the exhaust on the ground out here. I got the hood over there. This is cardboard boxes. So I'm probably going to end up setting up a parts table, probably back in this corner. I need to burn all that cardboard. And then I'm going to list a bunch of this stuff on Facebook. I need to keep all this stuff in the front. All the doors from the last project can go. That's where the chopped chicken lives outside. This is where we have the bed. I'm not going to be doing any body work anytime soon. That's where I kept all the spare plastics. All right, so I think I've covered pretty much everything I want to talk about. Just got to get cleaned up and figure out exactly where we're going. Don't really know at this point. Just got to get that torn apart and then get that one on the stand as well. But if you guys like this Duramax stuff, be sure to like and subscribe. Yeah, I think I got 3 videos out on this truck now. One of them I had some issues with, but all the other ones, pretty solid videos, so go enjoy those. Be sure to like and subscribe to all that fancy stuff down below. So thank you guys for watching. See you later.